BMXers and industry heavy hitters on the planet. Let's get it on!
What's up, y'all? It is Monday, Cafe Willoughby. We're live in the house. Myself, Sam, we're ready to go for episode 16. Another week, another Monday. Here we go. What's up, Sam?
Let's do it. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. How about you?
Doing good. Doing good. You've had your camp this week?
Yeah, man. We had a busy weekend. We had a ton of stuff going on last weekend. Yeah, it was fun. We had a bunch of kids come to the training center. They lived on site. We rode the Supercross track. We threw some kids down the big Supercross hill, a little bit of everything.
I've seen you pushing a kid down the hill.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you're on top of that hill, you're a little scared, a little nervous. Sometimes you need a push.
You just need a little shove.
I just happened to be the guy there that was ready to hold him and let him clip in and push him down the hill.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, man. Those kids want to race. It's time to race. Let's clip in and go. Throw them over big jumps, you know?
It looked good. It looked good. So what have we got lined up?
Oh, man, we got a good show for you guys, like always. So we got just check in. What's the latest? What's been going on with everybody? We got some race overviews. We have Bakersfield going on this weekend. World Cup in Argentina going on this weekend. We got the young Aussie sensation, Josh McLean, in the house. We're going to hear from him. And then just all of our typical good stuff. I think, did you talk to Fitzwell at all?
He called, yeah.
Yeah, so we got to hear from Fitzwell. We've got some forks to stick stuff in, open up the phone lines, check out what's online, and, you know, just the usual good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sounds good. There was another little pro-am over the weekend somewhere.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about that. I had no idea that was going on. Did you know anything?
That was the biggest payday of the year, I think.
Yeah, so...
It's bigger than the World's.
I don't know a lot about it, but I'm pretty sure they just paid top 3.
That's all it should ever get paid.
So they raised 10 grand. They said, let's pay the podium and let's make it happen. And dudes walked away with 5,000, 3,000, and 2,000.
Okay.
So
that's pretty cool.
Who won? You know what the podium was?
Kyle won. Kyle Evans, Trent Jones, and Tyler Farrow.
Tyler Farrow, I think, is the pro-am king.
Yeah.
He searches these things out. Did you even hear about this race?
I heard nothing about this race. I mean, obviously I'm not in the game, but
you're still kind of in the game.
No one's calling me, but yeah, I heard. And Anthony was here on the weekend. He was like, nothing about it. It was funny because he said he was out at Lake Paris, and I think Joris went.
Yeah, Joris did go.
But and he was riding with him there, and he was like, "What are you up to on the weekend?" "Oh, nothing." And then he showed up.
And then Joris goes
in Indiana. So,
yeah, and I'll give Anthony a hard time back about saying that I didn't tell him. I talked to those guys. They're like, "Oh, we sent Anthony a private message on Facebook or something. We tagged him in the post." So we did the same way we messaged you.
It was in Evansville, someone said. So I've heard of that train.
Evansville, Indiana. They had $10,000. I know we had our podium guys. I think Joris, Josh Smith, a handful of other dudes went, but I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on.
Would have you gone?
Well, if I would have known about it, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I think we've raced that track before, right?
I haven't. I've never raced in Indiana.
Evansville, Indiana. I'm sure I've been there at some point.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I think I've seen it on transit or something.
Yeah, so we got another big payday. Some pros are walking away with some stacks of cash. It sounds like the GB boys, they were in Florida and heard of the hurricane, so like, let's get the heck out of here.
Well, they went up to Rock Hill, and then they must have driven from Rock Hill to there even.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good on him. He made some cash.
Yeah. It sounds good. So it's a good little payday.
Definitely.
No footage of it, but
no, I saw no footage. I saw a podium photo on Instagram, and that's the only thing I've seen from the race.
Yeah.
So maybe there'll be another big one next year, and maybe somebody will hear about it.
Maybe. But it's good to see them all popping up around the country. I think we just need to advertise them a bit better, maybe. Yeah,
it's fantastic. This kind of goes in line with what we've been talking about the last few weeks with different races, different series. What can we do to promote things a little bit better and get going on? And then here we go, another $10,000 being paid out to the pros. So awesome to see some pros making some cash. Even if it was just the top 3, those dudes made some cash and made it worth their trip, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, so what else we got going on? It looks like we got a USA BMX National coming up. We have Bakersfield going on. That place looks killer. I know the Mirandas is taking it over, I think, the beginning of this year.
Yeah, I've seen a video of that. I think it was Jordan riding the 3rd straight. Looked pretty cool. So
yeah, he did some pretty big triples in there. So it looks cool. It looks like the track's got a lot of lines, but I know they took the place over. They literally flattened it, complete rebuild. They changed the layout, and they put a lot of work in from the rebuild. They built a new hill. They've resurfaced the track a few times to make sure it's dialed, and just recently they did concrete corners as well.
Yeah, that's good. So that's this weekend?
Yeah.
And that's just a regular national?
Yeah, just a regular national. It's not a pro race, so I think we're going to get a few pros going. I know Nick talked about he was going to go. We'll hear from Josh later, but it sounds like he's going to be going as well.
Okay.
So we'll get a few pros in the house, but it's not a big payday. Well, big payday for the pros. It'll be a pro open win.
No blank checks.
No blank checks this weekend. Just the little small checks.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. With that one, we kind of talked about the track. We've been getting a lot of requests for some AM races, so we're going to have to check out some AM races.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we'll do a full-blown amateur show one of these weeks and get some AMs in and
just hype up the AMs.
Hype up the AM title. Dig out some old videos, and now that it's getting down to crunch time, see who's. Yeah. We had the Burm Academy here on the weekend with Jason Carnes, and they came over to the house a couple of times for some dinner, and two of the girls on there. One of them, she's from Arizona. She was up for the national #1 girl, so we'll have to dig up some vids and hype them amateurs up a bit.
I love that race. I mean, I grew up racing ABA, so being with that being said, that's like your ultimate goal as the amateur, and there's nothing like sitting on the gate and hearing those guys like, next up in the 16-year-old class, we have 3 people who can take it over. And it's like the rider that can deal with the pressure and puts it in. So that's always a super fun race to watch.
For sure.
And there's always, for the amateurs, a lot of hype behind that.
Yeah, and it's cool how it always comes down to that last race with rider count, and anyone can win the AM title. So that'll be fun to talk about, because I understand the system a bit, but obviously I didn't grow up over here, so I didn't race it. But so I'll be interested to maybe interview some of those amateur sensations and find out a bit about it.
Yeah, I know we got a few local ones here as well. We got some top riders, so maybe we can get some of them even in the studio to come and hang out and talk AM titles and all that fun stuff.
For sure.
So speaking of Bakersfield, know that the track operators were actually stuck on an island in the hurricane over the weekend.
Yeah.
Or over the week, they've been kind of stuck out there. So
did they get off?
Luckily, it looks like the Army actually flew in to help the whole island and to get all of the Americans out, because it's turned into potentially a civil war situation where there's tons of looting, rioting, and all kinds of crazy stuff that's going on the island. Yeah. So there's actually a lot been going on there, and luckily the Mirandas, I saw they got off the island. It looks like they're back in LA, so I'm sure they're going to be either they're home now or on their way back home, and thank goodness they're safe, and they're going to be ready to get the national going this weekend.
Yeah, so we should probably just mention, we did a thing about Houston the other week, and probably mention our thoughts to people in Florida, and then also obviously today is 9/11. So
Yeah, there's definitely, unfortunately, a little bit of tragedy behind this day with September 11th. So, that's always a rough one. And like you said, the hurricane in Florida, I know a lot of BMXers are currently being affected with that, with losing power and being in the middle of a hurricane. So just shout out to the BMX family, man. Hopefully everybody's all good across the world, wherever they may be, with everything going on. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's start things off with your camp. You had that's probably one of the first in BMX history, I'd say, where you've had an elite camp on a Supercross facility and kind of a free-for-all for anyone that wanted to come and do it. Pretty cool little deal. Yeah, definitely. It was the first one that the training center's done. Previously, anything had been through USA Cycling or some kind of program that allowed these athletes to get in. My camp last week was the first one that was kind of like, hey, first come, first serve. We got 12 open spots. Who wants to sign up? Yep. And we filled the camp up in about a week, and these kids got to live the Olympic dream for a weekend, Yep. They got their cool little badges. I think their favorite thing, no matter how much they rode down the Supercross hill, all they keep talking about was all the food they got to eat and all the time. The buffet thing. We got to go down to the cafeteria and eat more food. These kids were pumped. So they ate a ton of good food. We did everything that you could do on the training center. We went to the pump track. We did some gym stuff in that really cool gym. We rode my track a couple times. We rode the Beijing track a couple times. Yep. We ate a ton of food. We got some crazy dodgeball time at night. Nice. So we played dodgeball. So we pretty much did it all, and these kids had a blast. So we literally threw some kids down the Supercross hill a couple times. Yep. We got kids to jump a bunch of stuff they'd never jumped before. So who was your youngest?
We had a handful of 13-year-olds. Okay. So 13-year-old is the youngest at the training center, said could stay on site. So we didn't really push the issue. I think 13 is a pretty good age to start Supercross stuff anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know we've got a handful of rippers that are younger that probably could do it, but we just kind of stuck with what what their stuff was.
Yep.
So, but yeah, man, it was a blast. We had riders from all over come out.
It's second place Aussie sensation from Louisville.
Yeah. Big pro. We had Josh come out and hang out with the camp, and he was awesome to have out because it was good to have a rider of his caliber be out riding with us and training with us, and definitely gave the other riders kind of a standard to match up to.
Yeah.
But we had some really good kids that were jumping stuff right away. Like a few kids, I think, did the whole Supercross track in under a half hour.
Oh yeah.
Like rolled up, saw it, started doing a couple jumps, knocked out the third straightaway, doing the berm jump right away. So it was really cool to see some kids coming out and really attack it.
Yeah.
Riders that obviously want to really push it, all the way to some first-time kids that have never been down the hill, men and women. We got a couple girls coming out.
How many girls did you have?
We had two. One San Diego local, and one actually from China.
Oh,
so,
yeah? Really?
Yeah. Her name was Hazel. She ripped it up. I think she had
Hazel.
quads bigger than all the guys.
Yeah.
So she was a beast, and rode the Supercross track pretty well.
How old was she?
I think I'd say mid-20s. I'd have to look, but I think mid-20s.
And been racing BMX long? Or?
Yeah, but she took some time off and just kind of getting back into it again now.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know you had a Chinese rider out there.
It was an international field. Yeah. We had Canada, Australia, China, all over America. So a handful of good stuff all over.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I did actually have, speaking of Bakersfield, before we move on to the next one, I actually had a pretty cool video to play from Bakersfield. So this is just the epitome of what, at this time, ABA races. Just amateurs killing each other out on the track.
Okay.
And
fire it up.
Bakersfield's going to be hot, going to be dusty, and there's going to be some racing action that we always love to see. So this is a video we got from that. So let's check that out.
Pumpkin! Nope! Denzel! Oh! Denzel's slide goes over the turn, Mike! Whoa! What the heck happened right there? Pumpkin hit! Last turn coming back at you right now down the last straight. Merry Christmas, Nate Miller! Chandler!
So that's what we're going to be looking for in Bakersfield. We're going to see some crazy action going on. The track's a little bit different shape now, but that's good old ABA BMX racing.
Yeah, I used to love, or still do love watching especially at the Grands, the amateur mains. I mean, they're just
I
think
think
that every one.
And I think when you get towards the end of the season like this, at least my mentality was like, most of the time you have your 6 scores in or close to it, and you're going to that weekend like, well, I've got 4 firsts and 2 seconds. So if I don't win today, it's a wasted national.
I think we've lost that a bit in pro racing. The pros need to start racing like that again.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's so just, follow the leader, happy with this, happy with that, or whatever. Everyone's scared to make $1. But that's good to watch.
Yeah, and that's where maybe it'd be cool if we had some bigger paydays rolling through, because then people are going to be more inclined to kind of jump in and really go for it. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm in second. If I pass, I'm going to make $2,000 more or whatever it may be. You know what I mean?
That's good, and it builds rivalries, and it's good.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to be a good one in Bakersfield. And is the feed not working on us?
I think
we got a yellow and green over here, so hopefully it gets working for us again. Not sure what's going on. But looks like we have, after that, we had plans to get Josh in here and chat with him a little bit.
All right.
I know we watched this video last week, but I thought for Josh's kind of intro, we'd just show Louisville again and big first pro podium.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's play that, and we'll get Josh and chat with him a little bit.
Gate coming down, men's elite. Here we go, downtown. White Evans trying to find a way up front, looking for that whole shot award into the first turn. Here we go. It's all the Chase boys on the top spot. The champ, got to be yours. Dot A down the second straight. Getting this one rolling on, bringing it back through. McLean looking for that 2 spot. Here we go, coming in on that second turn. Got to be Evans sitting on the 3 right now. Corbin Sherrod moving up on the program. Coming in that last turn, McLean, yes, colors, oh! Dot A slams the door shut on him, bringing him back around. It's all Dot A out front, coming back to the line. Dot A, McLean, 1-2. I think...
Boom, all right, we just saw that big podium. We were watching the video, and Sam watches going in that last turn. He's like, you had him. All right, so before we get into it, give us your name, where you're from, all the good stats, man. Give us the rundown. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm Josh, and I just live on Gold Coast, Australia, and I was lucky enough to stay a bit longer so I could come out and race Louisville. So, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
19.
Big first
Cool.
year elite.
Good to see.
Big young freshie on the scene. Yeah. So
trying to give them big boys a run. So it's cool.
yeah, man, it was good. So like we said earlier, Josh has kind of been hanging out with me at the training center this last week. So got to know him a little bit, spent a few days with him. We rode a little bit together, did some sprints together, all kinds of good stuff. So looking forward to him hanging out for a little bit longer before he heads to Bakersfield.
You think you would have won if you did camp before Louisville?
Yeah, getting all those extra tips from Tyler on the weekend were pretty good.
He would have for sure smoked him. He would have smoked him for sure. Yeah, man, let's see. We got a few questions for you. First of all, what was it like getting on that podium in Louisville? How did it feel?
Yeah, like, I was pretty stoked on that. Like, I was happy enough, like, just making the finals and that alone. So I was just stoked. Like, I was pretty speechless about it and didn't really have much to say.
Yeah. So I actually asked him to be on the show the other day, and he's like, oh, no, man, I don't want to be on the show. I don't like people asking me questions and stuff like that. So, and I told him, I said, hey, you keep getting big time podiums, you're gonna blow up, man.
Yeah.
So you got to be ready. So it took him about 24 hours, and then he's like, well, I'll let you know. I'll think about it. I'm not sure if I want to be on the show. So we got him.
I thought it was cool. What I really liked, and I said it to him after the race, was like it was cool to see a new, young, fresh blood in there sit in second and say, fuck it, I'm going to go for the win. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time people are like oh, I'm behind Joris. Like we talked about earlier.
I'll just follow him.
I'm on the podium. I'm content.
Yeah.
You know, and instead was this your first main in the USA? I guess it really was. So first main, in second, like, nah, I'll have a crack. Give me a run. and stuck it in there.
Well, at the start, like, I wasn't really trying to plan on, like, making the move, because in my semi, like, there's stuff kind of, like, happened in the first corner, so I was leading the race, and I kind of stayed out a little bit wide into the corner. So then this time when I came into the last corner, I was like, I'll make sure I stay to the inside so, like, no one passes me, and then I kind of, like, was getting the straight good and just found, like, a good line where the track wasn't that soft, and I started catching him, so it kind of snuck up on me a little bit, and then I was like, I'm just going to go for it, and got close, and then he seen me last second and shut me off.
Just gave you a quick axe and shut the door?
Yeah.
So, but for everybody that knows, this actually isn't your first big showing. You know, obviously a podium is awesome, but you were in a semifinal at the World Cup earlier this year, yeah?
Yeah, first round at Papendale, I got 6th in the semi.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah.
Was that one of your first World Cup races?
No, I've done... My first one was the one at Rock Hill where it was just pouring down rain.
Oh, cool.
So that was like my first one, and then I did the other ones in America the year after at Rock Hill and then Sarasota. And,
okay.
But then this was like my more like... This year World Cups were like the first ones that were more like serious. The other ones really had no pressure. Yeah. I was just coming to them and I was just racing them just to get the experience kind of thing. And then this one was like, I was a lot more nervous. Like in my quarters, like my legs wouldn't stop shaking on the gate and like it was bad.
Now the hype, like, oh man, I better make something happen.
Yeah, like because we had to like make semis for the world's criteria to qualify, and then like I loved Rock Hill's track, so that was goal. So I was sitting in the quarter, like just my legs were shaking, I was freaking, and I was just lucky enough to scrape through into the finals, the semi-finals.
Yeah. So what? I mean, you're 19, so you're junior elite last year.
Yes.
And then, so how was junior elite? What? Because I had all these people messaging me, like Dale Holmes, all these people after Louisville, like, who is Josh McLean?
Well, my second year junior didn't go as good. December, like the year before, like first year junior, I broke my collarbone, and then I kind of missed like a few of our like first big races in Australia, and then we got to our national champs, and then I actually crashed again and like injured my wrist and my hand, and I was out for 12 weeks. I ended up missing out on Worlds last year as well. So then this year was like really important. Like I wanted to like try and come in and make a good impression after having so much time off.
And you did the Grands last year in April, was it? Or? How'd that go?
I got 5th in the semis. So, but I had a bit of a crash in practice and kind of like I think I just unclipped and just kind of went over the bars out of the gate in practice and like kind of screwed my thumb up. So I wasn't riding the best, but it was still cool.
Sounds like last year you just had too much power and just couldn't hang on, huh?
Yeah, last year wasn't great for me.
All right, so now what? What's now? You're obviously here, did Tyler's camp, and then back to Australia, or staying on, or?
Well, I'm meant to be going back on Monday. So today week, and But I kind of want to, like, now that our Australian National Series are a month later, so I kind of want to try and stay for another month and then do that next race at Reno. So that's the plan, but I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So speaking of that Australian series, like you talked about, give the viewers a little insight on the differences kind of from the USA series to the Australian series. What's the Australian series like? How many races? You know, what's it kind of like racing in Australia? And then second part of the question, versus racing here in America, now that you've done one, what's it like racing in Australia? And then how do they compare?
Well, the National Series for next year got 7 rounds, and they're doing a little bit different than they usually do.
Now, when you say 7 rounds, is that 7 weekends or 7 days?
7 weekends.
Oh, weekends.
Okay.
I think, well, in the article, they said they weren't sure if they're having 2 days yet. So, really.
Okay, so it's 7 weekends, but you're not sure if there's going to be 1 day or 2 days. Okay.
So, depending on what BMX Australia wants to do with that, but they've got 7 rounds. Like, it's cool how they've got more rounds this year, and they're putting it out to more states, which look really cool. Like, usually it's like not very fair, and it's always like in our states, like in Queensland and New South Wales and that. And
okay.
It's not very fair until like all the other ones over in Perth.
They're sprinkling it around a little bit more.
So it's pretty cool. But then this year there's only 3 UCI events, so it makes it a lot harder for us Aussies to try and qualify for the Worlds, because that's how we use those rounds to qualify.
Yeah, and I was talking to him about it a little, Sam, and I was joking that he's bummed that there's only 3 UCI rounds. As we're here in America, we're like, get rid of the UCI.
Yeah.
That'd be way better if we only had 3 UCI rounds. So just kind of the differences in culture, I suppose, of that series versus our series. We're like, man, if you ditch the UCI, we're talking about different pay structures. We can not worry about what tape we have on our jerseys and you know, everything like that.
Yeah. No, I think it seems like you're doing the right thing, though. It's good to see you over here and racing and wanting to continue to race over here. I think that's the way to progress. Got to be here, got to race.
Yeah, well, that's like after our Australian champs, I'm hoping to come back next year for a little bit longer and maybe try and stay from there to like Worlds, and then come back from Worlds and then stay to Worlds, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So how would racing in Australia compare to racing here in the USA?
We're like all our officials and that, like in Australia, like a lot more strict. Like we can't, like how you guys just rock up to the gate and all stand up, and then you start getting called out. We're getting called up like all the aides and amateur riders here.
You're back in the chutes, like round 3, shoot 3.
They're lining up like cattle, like.
I remember going there and I raced
3.
I raced that one race in Bathurst a couple years ago, whenever it was, and I was sitting in front, like right in front of the chutes, not behind the hill, and the guys were like, Mike, you need to get back to your chute. And I literally laughed. I thought he was joking. I was like, he's like, nah, mate, get in your chute.
You got to stand in line and got to wait until your name gets called out.
It's like concentration camp.
Yeah. But maybe beyond the rules and stuff, what about like how it's promoted, how the cities get involved, you know, things like that, or which series would you rather race, you know?
Is this your mum on here asking if you're coming home, Josh McLean?
Oh, apparently I'm coming home now.
Is he coming home?
No,
Mom, he wants to stay. He's moving.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to, Mum. Sorry.
He's getting some tattoos tomorrow. He's California now.
Living the pro life.
Mum would be cool with tattoos.
Yeah?
It's more Dad.
Okay.
Dad didn't, like, I kind of got one little small tattoo, and then Dad didn't really talk to me for a month.
You got a tattoo? Yeah?
Yeah, just a little one.
Okay.
Oh, thug life.
That's what I did when I first moved to America. I got I was living with a guy, Matt Tischler, who I think he did your tats too.
Yeah.
He's a tattoo artist, and he put a full stencil, like half sleeve on me, and like it was like an angel or something that said "Mum" on it, and then I sent it home to Mum like, got this for you. You know, he spelt it wrong, like it's American, but
these Americans.
She was freaking out.
So when are you going to get tatted then, Sam? You already have a stencil, yeah.
Yeah. I'm lining it up.
We can go get one together.
Yeah, we'll go get tatted. We'll start living the Cali dream. Instant fame overnight.
That's what happens. When you get on podiums.
That's what I read in the Herald Sun.
Probably everybody knew him in Louisville overnight. Were you just walking down the street like, oh my gosh, it's that Josh guy. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's Josh. That's number 2. That's Josh.
Number 2. Cool, man. Cool. Any what upcoming races? So you're trying to go to Reno, maybe not. You'll kind of see how that goes.
Yeah, like if I don't do Reno, there won't really be anything for me until next year when our series starts in Australia. So that's why I'm kind of trying to stay, so I get that one more race before the year ends.
Cool. So last question I had for you: what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish, man?
Goals is to live in America.
Yeah.
Like, just be able to race the whole, like, USA Pro Series would be pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's so, like, everyone kind of, like, always says, like, Tokyo and all that, but it's one race every 4 years. Like,
That's refreshing to hear.
so, like...
I kind of don't know what to do right now. Aren't you already on the Olympic team? Or at least on your Instagram bio?
Yeah. Yeah, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tokyo 2020.
Yeah, good for you, man.
That's good. Good to hear. So you're doing the Grands this year again? Or?
No, not this year.
Nah. Because of the Australian series, or?
Probably because you blew us cash staying out here for this long.
With my visa, I don't think I can't stay that long.
Trump.
So...
Trump's kicking you out.
He trumped you? Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, you got to do Reno then.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can find a place to stay first.
Change that ticket, stay out for another month.
Yeah.
Maybe you could rent out Sam's backyard or something like that. Just camp in his backyard with Mila.
Get a motorhome.
Kennel.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, that's all we had. You're more than welcome to stay on. We're going to talk about some Argentina races, so you can stay on and chat with us, or...
Yeah, I'll stay for a bit.
Yeah, perfect. Well, you're not leaving anywhere because I gave you a ride over here, so you're staying until the end of the show regardless.
I think we had Dale actually wanted to ask, who's your trainer? That's a question in BMX these days.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Who's your trainer?
My trainer's Paul Sales.
Paul Sales, yeah. I know Paul.
Who's that?
Paul. You would know Paul.
I
Who's that? You guys would know.
Paul Sales.
Give him a rundown.
You've probably seen him remember the guy that used to travel with the Aussie team, like big guy, bald guy, older guy?
Probably if I saw him.
Yeah, you know Sales, mate.
But what's his background? Has he been in BMX?
He was a cop, mate. He used to be a cop.
Was he?
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, he's
perfect.
Well, you can explain him.
Wasn't he a coach for like you guys at one stage for strength and conditioning?
Yeah, he worked under Wade for a while. Yeah, it's like kind of like what Eric does now. And
we're trying to figure out who's doing gates the other day, and he did the typical Australian like lock your backs together. And I was asking him. I said, "Who taught you that?" Because it's funny because like now I'm kind of doing a little bit more coaching and stuff, and I see this ripple down effect from somebody at some point in Australia told everybody to do this, and now it's like kind of going down. I saw it with a kid that we sponsored with GT, Jack Davis, a young Australian kid, saw it with him. So there's something like about you Aussies, somebody taught you guys to get in the gate and lock your shoulders back together.
Well, I only started trying to do that because, like, if you've seen videos from like 10 years ago, I had the biggest hunchback there was.
Hunchback's fine. Hunchback's fine. That's fine.
Hunch the back.
It is. Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Funny you brought this up. I watched some videos from Louisville today, and I think it was your semi, because someone sent me all the videos from Louisville, and it was your semi, and I looked at exactly that. The wrists were inverted, the shoulder blades were locked.
They were touching. Yeah.
And he gave him a bike length head start.
I wonder why. Yeah.
Aren't we meant to be talking about Argentina here?
Yeah.
And not tagging me out?
No, we're not bagging you. No, well, you do it, so I guess
Yeah.
yeah.
It is true, though. It's like the new Australian... I went back to the Nationals a few times, and I was like, what is going on? Like, pedals are jacked up, no one's leaning, wrists are like this, and...
Everybody's just their shoulders locked in.
Like, he might as well, like, being back here was Jai Holmes.
Oh, yeah?
His foot was, like, pretty much at the top, and
played
like,
it rusty.
His start was, like, we called him, like, a flamingo.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, he just kind of went up and forwards.
It's funny how, like, the Supercross hill came along and the gate start just got reinvented. Like,
yeah.
Can't do that anymore. Got to do this now.
Stupid. Let's try this.
Anyway, no, you're doing good.
Thank you.
So, anyway, other than us bagging on your gate start.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Cool. So let's switch modes into Argentina. We got Argentina coming up here soon, so that's going to be it's always a good World Cup, and we kind of talked to Tori about it a little bit last time. It's one of his favorites because it's such a raceable track. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So before we get into talking about it, should we just play some videos of last year's races? I got the women's and men's finals on deck ready to go.
Fire it up.
So let's start off with the women's races. We'll play women's, men's, and we'll kind of chat about the track, the race, and all the good stuff in that city. So first up, women's.
Elise.
We are ready to go with the start of tonight's Elite Women's main event here in Santiago del Estero, round number 1 of the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup Tour. Let's go and get the gate dropped. So So from the inside, you'll see Mariana Pahon, Caroline Buchanan, and it's a drag race. It looks like Buchanan has this slight advantage. Now, Brooke Crane's got herself up there too, and Mariana Pahon's in second. You'll see Simone Christensen dive a little bit on the inside. She's going to push at least post out, but Caroline Buchanan from Australia has that lead over Mariana Pahon, but Pahon will not back down. Let's see what happens down this third straightaway. A lot of things could happen right there. Different technique from Pahon. She's looking to gain a little bit of momentum on Buchanan, but Buchanan cranks out. She's going to get a lot of speed right here. Can Pahon put the power down the line? No, it's not going to happen. It's going to be Caroline Buchanan from Australia with the win over Mariana Pahon. A photo finish for the third between Smolders and Christensen.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
So the gate slams. It looks like from the inside it's going to be Connor Fields, but Corbin Sherrah's got his nose out in front right now, and Corbin Sherrah makes his way out to the front. Alfredo Campos out there in third, so it's going to be an All-American 1 and 2 right now. Sherrah and Fields out in front. They're definitely going to be a good battle here around the rest of the track. Look out on the inside. You see Campo go low. Now it looks like Nick Long's made his way into that third place spot, and it looks like Connor Fields is going to have a good battle with Sherrah. But right now, Corbin Sherrah out front. This could be his first Supercross main event victory if he can hold on. He crosses the line with the win. Corbin Sherrah, Connor Fields, Amadou Mir does get on that podium.
Bam, so that's that. One thing before we get going here, we always got to ask you guys. Looks like we got a handful of people watching online. We need every one of you guys to share this video right now so your friends and family and whoever else, they don't miss it. We got all kinds of good stuff here. We're talking to this young kid. We might get some other guests on studio. We got some people live in studio. So everybody do us a favor.
Hot babes.
We got plenty of hot babes in the house. Click that share button. If you want to see hot babes, then you gotta share it. Enough shares will bring some hot babes on show. Yeah. You shared a lot. Maybe we'll get them in like bikinis or something. Get them on. Yeah, lots of shares. Yeah. So Argentina, first up, what I had here, let's talk about the track a little bit. I've actually never personally been to this one, so we're going to have to rely on you. Sam, talk about the track.
It's a good track. It's pretty flat, really flat for a Supercross track, so similar to like Rock Hill, I'd say.
Okay.
Concrete start hill. Yeah, flow's really good. It's pretty somewhat simple, but not.
Is the second straight, it looks like it might be kind of tight a little bit and hard to catch backside on.
The second one, yeah. Second one's like...
Not bad, just hard to, like, it's got elite speed.
It's got one of those lips on it that you could probably go 60 feet if you want, but it's only a 30-foot jump.
Where you're just jamming with, like, your handlebars in your chest coming off the lip?
Just on tripling like I was at your track.
I don't know if everybody is, but you're the king of the triple, man. You own that one.
Yeah, no, it's good track, good race track, so I think they'll have a good show. I only went there once last year, but it was good.
Yeah, so last year, you had a good little mishap. What was it, in the semi?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't know this. This dude blew out his ACL in that semi.
Still is.
Yeah, blew out the ACL, and then went on to smoke everybody for the rest of the year with a torn ACL.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
A little behind the scenes.
I was lucky it was a complete tear, so I didn't really have... It wasn't real stable, but didn't have a lot of pain either. Yeah, you came back a week later. You threw on this brace. Like, yeah, let's train. It's good. I'll get it fixed next time. Yeah.
Should be alright.
So it'll probably never be fixed now.
Probably just deadlifting like 500 pounds with no ACL, smoking everybody on the track on the Supercross hill. Yeah, I put my foot down at the wrong time in the semi and on the first jump and snapped her right in half. So certain riders need to know their place, I hear. All right. Yes, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They do. So predictions. What are we talking? I think it's kind of like it's one of those races though, where it's at the end of the year. Thank you, waitress. It's at the end of the year, and you see a lot of people like, oh, skipping this, not up for the title, not up for the title. So I think it's going to be a little bit smaller as far as rider count goes. I'm happy to see young Macca here. He's not going. He's like, fuck that, I'm going Reno. I like that. I'm going to Reno. I'm going for a Louisville Slugger on Sunday. Screw Argentina.
That's BS. You didn't go to Louisville.
Who did?
You.
People who didn't go to Louisville.
Yeah, he was there though. He's going for the Slugger.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
You were.
I'm trying to go.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, a bit of a showdown in the guys this weekend. Sylvan, Tori, Connor, Davo. I think they're all up for the title, kind of.
Herman's back, huh?
Nah,
I'm joking.
Davo,
I'm joking.
mate. So
we got. It looks like the whole van drove down there.
I think Sylvan's gonna win.
What place is he in? Is he in second?
I don't know what place he's in the points, but he's up for it. Like
he'll have a solid crack at it.
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
might be second.
Yeah, who would be leading?
I think Sylvan's leading.
Sylvan's leading?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and is Tori...
Tori said he was third, I think.
So Dave's second, Tori's third?
Connor might be second.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, if anybody in the chat room corrects us, we probably should have looked up that info beforehand. So
we can bring it up right now. So just
what do we got? What do we got as far as women goes? Does anybody know? Ladies, who's going to Argentina?
I think we'll have a bit.
Danny,
Probably
just Danny. Smolders.
Bowel movement.
Is Bowel going to be moving and shaking?
I don't know, but the other Dutch girl, the young junior that won Worlds and Zolder's going.
Okay. Okay. We gonna. What about Caro, Mariana? You know that. Hernandez. Well, I figured Hernandez and Mariana would be there, but Caro's not. No. So pretty much looks like it's going to be a big South American contingent.
That's world ranking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be world ranking for that.
Let's go to events.
Yeah. So we're looking up some point standings right now, but it looks like on the women's side, I think this is going to be probably a Mariana show.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be my prediction for that one. What do you reckon, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where the point.
She's got the track speed on everyone, so
Actually, I know where
she always catches them.
Yeah, I think Mariana, she's going to be up for it for sure.
It's in South America.
Yeah, it's in South America. She's going to be running on some local hype. I mean, she always tends. Yeah, she always tends to perform. And the donkeys and the dogs and everybody's going to be cheering for her.
They're all going to be there. So.
I saw Fitzwell threw up a little Instagram photo the other day that they're getting ready down in Argentina, huh?
Yeah, it looked like there was a few donkeys and bikes and all sorts of things in the background there. So.
Old Dickie Fitz was pretty pumped to see that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then as far as the men goes, I think from the USA, it's a pretty small team. From the USA, you're only having Connor, Corbin, and Tanner as the only three men going. Okay. Oh, looks like we got the points pulled up.
Sylvan from Davo, Tori, and Connor, Twan. But realistically, yeah, I'd say right back to even, well, we know that Bodie's not gone, so he's out. So we got top five: Twan, Connor, Tori, Dave.
If you're top 10 in the World Cup, why wouldn't you go? Or if you're 6, why wouldn't you go?
YouTube and Facebook.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
New mountain bike sensation. He was like me overnight.
You were like him. He did it first.
True. That's right.
So it looks like the points are pretty tied up between second and third, but everybody's pretty much coming in. Whoever wins out of those top 3 guys is winning, right?
Yeah, I'd like to see Sylvan win. I know we had Tori here last week, but I think Sylvan's due. He's been riding good all year. So.
Yeah, he really has. I think from the whole season, he's been looking really strong.
Yeah,
I think he's coming in, and as long as nothing happens with that disc break, I think he might have a decent shot at making something happen.
Yeah.
Tori usually rides pretty good there, though.
Yeah.
So,
Tori does. Tori does.
I think Sylvan's kind of the whole package, though. Now he's got a good enough first straight to whole shot, and then he's also phenomenal around the track. So.
But more importantly, I think Sylvan knows that he can win now.
Yeah.
As where before, I don't think he really did. He was always kind of in that Joris French shadow.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, I can do this now. You know what I mean? He's got a little swagger about him now. He's ready to pull something off. Yeah. So I would agree with that.
So 2 days though, so you have to be.
Oh, I forgot about that crap. Forgot about 2 days. Didn't even cross my mind. Yeah. So could be interesting.
Yeah.
Looks like we got some people commenting on the chat room about that. Some people calling Tori for the win. So it should be a good one.
Dale, not sure. Not sure. Bodie on a break right now. Not going into Argentina. Not sure why.
Yeah. More to come on that one.
And in the ladies, let's bring up the ladies' points here. So elite women. Smolders, Chriso. So Smolders is
gone.
She's
what
gone.
About the Russian?
Bonarenko?
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
Yeah, Yara Salavava. Judy Bow, bit of bow movement.
Bow in the top 5.
Yeah. I think Smolders is pretty much going to be off to the races with that one.
Yeah, I think Smolders will take the title. Mariana's going to be the one to beat for the race. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's going to be my prediction for that one.
You know what? Old Bonarenko's due, mate.
Yeah? You reckon
flat track. I was watching Bonarenko at the World. She's got a bit of gas.
She's got some power on her.
I'm calling her a dark horse for a win one
day. For a win one of the days?
Yep.
Okay. I can appreciate that.
Okay.
Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, by the looks of that, with who's going, Mariana, I reckon, has got the both days pretty easy.
Yeah. I think for those girls, it seems to be who can get to the kink the fastest. We've seen them
kink
go
wars.
Yeah, back and forth. Who cuts each other off by the kink?
Or whoever doesn't crash over that first one.
Yeah, that's the girls' class in general, I think.
Whatever, losers.
Whatever.
I'll be watching the girls.
Heck yeah. One thing we've been talking a lot about with moving on to the next subject, we've been talking a lot about races, pro-am races, how pros can do money stuff. You know, what can pros do to make more money or promote the races or everything like that. And I was thinking about it out of Gates the other night and hanging with the fellas, and you kind of brought it into my mind. You were saying, hey, we're going to have a race at Chula Vista one Tuesday night, something like that. So I'd like to call it, if anybody's looking to sponsor an event, I got an idea. So we're going to do it not Tuesday night. We're going to do it on a Monday night. We get like $1,000 together is all we'll need, and let's do a whole shot race.
Whole shot race.
Because we always hype up who
on
gets
Tuesday night.
Because we'll probably do it on a Monday and then we'll put it on the show.
Oh, we're going to do it live on the show.
We're going to do it live at the track.
Yeah. That'd be badass.
We're going to be on the track. We'll figure out some kind of bracket system, maybe just 4 dudes in the gate, because we know that everybody only likes to go 5 through 8 anyway. And it's only first straightaway, first turn. Whoever comes out of the first turn first.
Oh, out of the first turn.
Out of the first turn, because you got to have some turn action.
Where the corner ends.
Yeah, where the corner ends.
Yep.
So what we'll do is we'll put it live on Cafe Willoughby.
Yep.
And we could even take it a step further to where we'll charge $5 to get in the door.
Can we have alcohol and stuff and make it like really cool?
I can look at the training center. I can ask about that.
Nick will be there.
We'll charge $5 to get in.
Not for the riders, but like for the fans.
Well, Nick might want some.
Yeah, he can have some.
Yeah, half of that gate fee to get in will go to the pro class.
Mm-hmm.
Screw it. We'll open it up to amateurs too.
Anyone.
Yeah, anyone that wants to come up. Maybe the pros, the double A's get in for free, and the amateurs have to pay to get in. 100% of that payday will go to the pro purse. We'll split the gate fee with either the track, training center, whoever needs to make it happen. And so if anybody wants to sponsor a race.
It's $5 to get in.
$5 to get in the gate.
Yep.
$10 if you're a rider. You won't have to pay to get in if you're a rider. But $10 if you're an amateur and you want to enter. And I say we find sponsorship.
$10 for everyone to enter, right?
Well, I was talking about like to get on the gate, to enter the race.
Okay.
So
why don't the pros have to pay?
I don't know. Just let the pros come in for free.
No, they can pay. $10 to enter.
All right, $10 to enter across the board.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it live on our social media. All we need is one sponsor, $1,000. So minimum 1,000 payout. We're paying top 3.
Let's get it going. Grindle had a good idea. Monday after the Gold Cup.
We'll do 500, 300, 200 is a minimum pay. Then plus the entry fee money, plus the gate fee, whoever comes in. And we'll just do Cafe Willoughby live. We'll blast it on everybody's social media. We'll hype it up. We'll let the pros, like we talked about earlier, the pros, the more they hype it up, the more people show up, the more money they get.
We need to get a bar, and then we can
have to fly back for it.
Then we can put the bar money in.
But my point is, we talked about this. We hyped it up. Let's put our money where our mouth is and see if we can pull something off.
Oh, we're going to do it?
Well, no, yeah.
Who's putting the money up?
Well, no, we're going to find a sponsor to get the money up. But we'll put on the show.
Yeah.
So and the thing is with this, it's not going to be a massive blowout. So we're not going to be taking 20 minutes in between each round. It's a gate and first straightaway. We always hype up Tuesday night horsepower hour at Chula Vista BMX. It's known for everybody. All the pros come and do their first straightaways there. So we'll switch nights. Pros come out on a Monday night.
Yep.
Everybody will be there. Hype it up. Do it on the show, and we'll see if we can make a cool event out of it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So we need a sponsor.
Yeah. So we need somebody to sponsor. It'll be Cafe Willoughby presented by your name here.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody throw in $1,000. We'll take care of the rest. We'll have video review at the finish line and make sure that it's legit and see who gets it. We'll spray paint the line across the track so everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we do it.
I think it'd be badass.
I say we put on me and you. We'll just sit live on the track. We'll go down maybe on the second straight double.
You're not racing?
I got to do the show, man.
Nah.
You got to be racing.
You need to put the Cafe Willoughby jersey on. Represent
Cafe Willoughby.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's to be determined.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody's got to run the show and be announcing and all that stuff.
Girls can race too.
Yeah, girls can race too. It's an open class. So.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's try to get it running before the Gold Cup.
So if anybody wants to throw in $1,000, let us know. You'll be the only sponsor. We're only looking for one. We got to do something to make it happen. And I know these last few weeks we've been talking a lot about it. So let's just screw it. Let's do it and show that it can be done. We could have a cool event out there. We could make it happen. Well, I guess it's going to be the Monday after Gold Cup. Grindle will be down here,
That's
and
what
he can announce.
He can announce.
Shoot, maybe That's kind of a lot to pull off, though. That's only a couple weeks.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll see if we can pull it off. We'll see if we can pull it off. But that actually might be a good weekend because none of the pros are doing anything. They're not racing.
Do it under the
weekend.
lights with the Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah.
Because then you already have a crowd there. And then
Oh,
they can all,
the Hall of Fame happens?
They can all stumble over and like pay $5 and come in.
Yeah, it's not going to happen in the Hall of Fame. That'll get axed.
That'll get axed.
That's on a Saturday. We need to do it on a Monday anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's my race idea. What do you think, fellas? Should we make it happen?
Sounds good to me.
Simple concept, basic and easy. Pros get on that gate first straightaway. Let's see who's got the drag strip. Let's see who can make it happen.
Grindle says we've got announcing covered. You're racing. Me and Grindle.
You and Grindle are on the mic. I'm on the gate.
I think we'll just let Grindle do it. I'll talk to I'll do the special comments.
If we can race to the 30-foot line, I'm in. That's where I got it. I can pull something off to that 30-foot line. Yeah, I don't know about the whole first straightaway and first turn.
Get the timers hooked up.
Yeah, Jamie, we need to get the timing system set up. Everybody's got transponders. We're really doing this.
Yeah. So let's see how much. Yeah, we need to try to get some.
If anybody can throw us $1,000, we'll pull it off by the Monday after Gold Cup. How about that?
Let's not restrict it. We can take as many sponsors as we want.
Okay, fair enough.
Open it up.
People want it to be, but if you can get $1,000.
Yeah, we need at least $1,000 to pull off the event because then we can just pay 532, just a little fun money. Something happened, the pros are going to do it anyway, so they might have to switch their training for a day. But that's my idea. So,
all right.
Yeah, let's get it popping and make it happen.
I like that. We'll pass the hat around for some money.
Yeah.
We're in charge.
Yeah.
No, Sylvan. Fitzwell is still to come.
Yeah, he hasn't missed Fitzwell yet. So maybe that should be our intro to Fitzwell. Maybe we should get into Fitzwell. We haven't heard from him yet.
Let's fire him up.
All right, well, since Sylvan's asking, let's make it happen. We'll do Fitzwell's intro. We'll get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
You wouldn't win anyway.
All right, we're back. Fitzwell's introed. Quiet on set. We got to hear from Fitzwell. Jeez. Oh, hold on. Rewind. Oh, the anticipation is killing us. What's Fitzwell have to say? No, not working.
What are you doing?
I don't know why it's not playing loud.
He's trying to play Fitzwell. Here we go. We can kind of hear it now.
Getting there.
We're getting there, folks.
The volume's not working.
Sometimes we got to do what we can do to make this magic happen for you guys.
Deck me here, deck me there, deck me anywhere, I don't fucking care. Boys, it was a big money weekend. We had pro-ams in NorCal, pro-ams in the
No, this was the wrong one.
It's last week's Fitzwell?
It's an old Fitzwell.
Oh, man. You got too many Fitzwell voicemails. That guy calls you too much.
I don't delete them because they're just... sometimes I like to listen to him.
Just on like a Wednesday afternoon, you just pull up Fitzwell's voicemails and listen to him?
All right, here we go.
That guy's classic. All right.
Deck me here, deck me there, deck me anywhere, I don't fucking care. Boys, not too much going on in the BMX world this week. Baby Turner continues to enjoy retirement in Melbourne. Kyle Evans won the biggest payday of the year out there in Indiana. He took it to Doday and Jones. USA BMX has given the update. It'll be 3 days of slugging it out in Reno for blank checks and a slugger on day 3. You boys have old Josh McLean in the studio, fresh off his second place. This lad has it all. He might be the next great Aussie. No claims of overnight fame yet. He seems to be a humble young man. He snuck up on Doday like a menstrual cycle on a 13-year-old. It was very impressive there for young McLean. Well, the van has been loaded. Davo and Twan and Van Gorkum and the boys, Big Bad Bass, they're off to Santiago del Estero, the BMX hub of the world, where they will duke it out with Silver Andre Fields Forsky Nighthog for that Supercross title in the men's class. I'm calling Silver Andre down there to get the big win and the title. He is on fire like a dick after a 12-hour stint in a brothel. He is absolutely taking it to them this year. Bit of a call out from Vic Bean talking down on the pros this week as he continues to cut weed plants and flog them off on the side. He's talking down on the pros for making a living training and racing and paying their taxes. Yeah, you losers. We did have a bowel movement. Bow. Judy is off to Argentina to duke it out with Pahone and Smolders. Look for Diaz in her 600th World Cup start to be a threat down there. So we'll see if we can get some bowel movement going, but there will be some moving and shaking. Pahone will be tough to beat, though, down on South American soil. Now, I have had the reports already. They're expecting a big crowd down there. 35 donkeys, 7 hounds expected in attendance, which has the riders bragging of a sellout crowd and a lot of excitement. Well, that's about it, all I got this week, boys. In closing, I think if McLean's going to make it, he needs a nickname like all the greats, you know, Conman, Machine Stromberg, Frog Dorday, Quick Nick, 316 Taylor, Brown, Samuel, Lumberjack, Beast, Jackal, you know, Bear Reynolds, they've all got them. I'm thinking something like the Mac Attack. That would be a fucking ripper, I think.
The Mac Attack.
Boys, I'll leave it with you guys to finish up. And remember, if you're feeling low, give Bonorenko a go.
He just does not care.
What do you reckon, Josh? The Mac Attack?
Mac Attack
Could be the nickname?
Maybe it could work. I know
Well-
like some other people, like my mates from like where I've been staying in Florida, have been calling me like Lightning McLean and that.
Lightning McLean. Well, here's the thing. We have the USA BMX announcer right here listening in. So we
That's
just
all-
tell him right now. We'll
that's
just go Mac Attack.
Mac Attack.
Looks like Grindle, he got a
That's
new
up to him,
nickname.
whatever he does.
If he shows up to Reno, if you see something you want to give it to him. Otherwise, it looks like Fitzwell calls him the Mac Attack.
Named by Fitzwell, the
Named
Mac
by-
Attack.
Yeah. So, looks like you got a nickname.
Sylvan will be happy. Fitzwell's calling Sylvan.
So I thought he called him Silver Andre.
Silver, yeah, he doesn't know how
Silver.
to say his name. He calls him Silver.
Silver.
I think 'cause
Silver.
he got second at the World, so he's like Silver Andre.
Oh, yeah. I see where that's going.
Right.
Yeah, so Sylvain, you better be happy. Always commented back.
It's
Yes.
on, Mac Attack.
Yes. So, next up,
Fork 'em.
we got some forks.
You want to fork something?
Yeah.
The first one up on the list is really perfect that you gave him a fork because he actually got
Not
this.
forking it.
He got this comment on
Luna says no Mac Attack.
No Mac Attack.
You want us to fork the Mac Attack?
Luna says fork the Mac Attack. Oh, Grindle says I like it. It sounds good. So we'll see if it sticks in Reno.
Okay.
So first up on our fork list, Josh's Instagram got called out. He's got an interesting tire setup.
Yep.
So for those that don't know, he's got a 1.75 Tioga in the back, and he's running a 1 3/8 up front.
Inspired by Dominic Daniels.
Yeah. Pretty much a 1 3/8, actually a 1.60 up front.
Mm-hmm.
So the fans are calling a fork for your setup, Josh.
I'm not forking it.
You're not forking it?
You got a little tiny tire up front, this little tiny
broken.
skinny thing, that when he overjumped the jump, it about fell off the
Yeah,
rim.
it's probably why he bogged in the last corner.
Yeah.
It's still been working.
Yeah, maybe would have got a little traction in the last corner. He could have went even lower and passed Joris.
I'm glad he's got the big tire on the back. It'd be worse if he went the other way like everyone else.
That's
Yeah.
how Dom did it.
Dom did what?
He had the 3/8 because of the diameter.
In the
tire.
front or the
In
back?
the back, so it's like a drag.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's got the bigger one in back and the smaller one up front. So he's running a drag strip.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear about Dominique? You're like, oh, I reckon that works.
He was like, she's amazing.
She's amazing. I got to put that on. So the fans are begging a fork in it. You're keeping it?
You forking it, Tyler?
Well, he was pretty fast, but kind of weird. So if he slides out in Reno in any of those dirt turns with the little tire, I'll fork in it.
Happen.
So
What happened?
I mean, those Tiogas are pretty good, so I didn't slide out too often. So I know you got loose in Frey's use and dirt turns with some 6.0s back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had the front and
Right
back.
on the back. I mean, the thing is now you see Mac Attack. You've got...
Listen here, mate.
Here's the deal, Mac Attack. You got one option now. You got to go to Reno and win. Because anything worse than a second now...
Like you've got second on
Yeah,
that,
it's
so anything worse, you're getting slower.
or it's going to be like the tire maybe needs to change something now.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to look after me for a month, I'll be there.
There you go. We're looking for sponsors. He's looking for sponsors. We're all looking for sponsors.
You can stay here for a month, but the tire on the front's got to go.
That's a deal.
All right. Everyone wants us to fork it, but I'm going to leave it because until Reno, I'm leaving it.
I'll leave it as long as he gets through the Reno weekend.
Silver Andre has forked it.
Silver Andre's forked it. Looks like some dudes on your Instagram has already forked it.
I'll fork his disc brakes.
Yeah, fair enough. We did that a while ago.
Grindle, the announcer, said it sounded like it was going to roll off. It was gonna, what did he say?
Sounds like it could have rolled off. He would have won in Louisville.
Yep.
Could have won. Yeah. So we'll keep the fork off for the time being. If you don't win, we're forking it the week after Reno.
That's fine.
All right.
See, I'm going the opposite way. I think you should put a 1.4 on the front.
Go even smaller.
Even smaller, even lighter. If you're going to do that, just put the 1 3/8 on there.
Do you want to explain the theory, or you want to keep it on the low?
Well, the theory was that we went to one of our races in Australia.
This is the best theory. Because it's not even a theory.
It's not. Cool. It was a mental thing. But we went to one of the races, and I didn't have another 175. I wanted to put new tires on for the race, and I just had a 1.6, so I chucked that on the front. So, and then after
this is the second best guy in the world right now. You're only as good as your last race.
Yeah,
he's second right now, and he's like, "We're just running out of tires."
Chucked it on.
Never get another one. Left it on there.
But no, I did some testing, and I actually. I had a 1.6 on, and then I got a new wheel set with bigger tires on. And
with the tire, he got a new 1.75 tire.
So I had a bigger tire on the front, and I was doing slower sprint times and that. So it was just I went back to the 1.6 because it was working, I guess.
Attaboy.
Hey. If you're polling, you're polling, right?
Smoke him if you got him.
Smoke him if you got him. Great
All right,
words.
Mac Attack,
great
we'll
words.
leave it. Silver Andre forked it.
You got any in the chat room? Let's hear some of your forks. We want to hear it. Sam, did you have any? Do you have a list that somebody said they sent you?
Oh yeah, I had a couple.
Yeah,
our Aussie friend, he sends them in every week.
Perfect.
Old Scotty down there. Buddy Turner's singing. Forked.
We can fork that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Australian National Series announced. And it's announced that they're going to have a race in every state, even Tasmania, with only 3 rounds being UCI points, and sprockets and cruiser are included.
I'm going to give that to you because I know absolutely nothing about that, so I'll let the 2 Aussies take the forks for that one.
I think this is a good thing. I don't really give a shit about the UCI races.
Yeah.
So I think Australia's needed a national series for a long time, so I'm stoked to see more rounds. And that, you know what I'm really happy to see is that we're finally out of this mentality in Australia of, you can't have a race because you don't have a 5-meter hill or whatever,
Yeah.
So now they're going to go around to all the different states and just race.
What
everybody
I'm
has a shot
talking about that is that one of the locations that we're going to has an 8-meter hill, but it's not the UCI one.
How does that work?
It's just going to be a 14 plus.
What are you talking about?
Oh, so he's saying they should put the UCI round on the 8-meter hill.
Yeah.
So where's the UCI round going to be?
The new satellite track in Darwin.
That's fine. That's an 8-meter hill.
Yeah, but it's not a UCI one. It's just a 14 plus.
Okay, so where are the UCI ones going to be?
Penrith, Frankston, and then Nerang.
You see, I'll go the opposite way on that one, Mac Attack. You see, I'm like, I don't really care. Just race, and if the points are, who cares where the points are?
For the same points, I guess.
Yeah.
They're all the same points, run what you brung. Well, you can put your fork in it. There's
so
2
I'm not
forks.
forking the national series.
Throw your fork up.
Good move, and I hope they put good money up for the lads.
Okay, yeah, that's what they need.
The UCI is not at the one with the 8-meter track.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm forking.
Chuck the fork in. That's what it's all about.
Alrighty.
I actually don't care regardless, so I'm out of this
I'm going to leave
one.
it. I think we've needed that for a long time. He wants us to know ice baths. Whatever you want to do in your bath, do what you want to do.
Hot bath, cold bath, candles around. I don't do them, so I'll fork them.
Yeah.
Secret Pro-Ams.
Secret Pro-Ams.
Yeah, fork that. I think we need to do it. It's good that they're doing them, but we need to do a better job of advertising.
There has to be some way that we can get out there like that there's these Pro-Ams going off, because in the last couple weeks, like over $30,000 has been gone out to the pros in the last couple weeks. You had 10 at the one last weekend, 10 at the one I went. Tangent did probably pretty close.
We can be the voice of the Pro-Ams.
Yeah, we'll put it out there. Send them in. Unless I'm racing them, I don't want anybody to know about it. If I'm racing them, we're not going to tell anyone. I'm keeping it completely secret, so send it to me and don't put it anywhere else. No, but really, though, there's got to be a place, because this is really cool. I mean, that's $30,000 in the last 3 weeks to go out to the pros. That's some big cash, so we need to figure out some way to let everybody get to know it. And with social media, it should be pretty simple to let these people know.
Yep.
But now if you're putting on a $10,000 Pro-Am, you know the way. Don't ask the pros to share it because we ain't going to tell nobody.
But Cafe Willoughby will.
For a small fee, we will tell.
We've already done tubeless tires 1 week.
Yeah, fork the tubeless tires. We already talked about that one.
Well, that's pretty much the answer fork in it segment.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
let's see, other announcements, and we got some stuff to chat about on social media. We can open up the phone lines. We got a hit up by Dr. J. Rich, has a podcast with our very own Elise the Beast Post.
he does.
Yeah, how was that podcast, Elise?
It was good. It was a good little chat.
Yeah?
It was long.
I
Good
forgot,
little-
I forgot
how long
about
is
it.
it?
I haven't listened to it yet.
Probably almost an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I have that. I'm just kidding. No, Jay Rich is a good dude. He's always got something good to say. So check out. I think it's dropping on Monday. He said. I'd have to look. Yeah,
And it's on. He's on iTunes. His podcast. It's what's it called again? The Gold Medal Mindset.
Yeah, the
on
Gold Medal
iTunes.
Mindset. So check that out. Let's see. He sent me a message here. We'll see exactly when it drops. Jason Richardson podcast. It drops tomorrow. So
Dropping tomorrow.
he's dropping it tomorrow. He's going
Dropping
to
it like
drop
it's
the
hot.
beast tomorrow.
On iTunes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so check that one out. What's up? With Jason?
Yeah.
No, I've never done one.
I know he does.
Sam, you've done one with Jay.
I have one on there. It's very insightful. You'll get a lot out of it.
He just passed right by me. He's never asked me to, so yeah. So,
Okay, the phone line is open if anyone gives a shit.
all right, so phone line open.
Here's this guy again, Michael Dake.
Oh yeah, this guy really wants us to talk about this, so we're going to talk about this right now. Go, Sam.
All right, Michael Dake.
Here's his theory.
He's got a theory. USA BMX, get rid of the district number, make state more important, allow state numbers to be ridden at other states and nationals, extend the cup,
The Gold Cup.
the Gold Cup, to 8 or 10 instead of only 3, and open classes should get points towards NAG numbers and Gold Cup numbers. So a lot going on there.
And open classes should get
So-
points for NAG. Okay,
He wants to get rid of district numbers.
so first of all, I appreciate his passion because the dude's got a lot of passion for this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I argue with some of his theories.
Fire away.
Okay. What's the problem with district numbers? It's getting people to participate in local races.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. And I think it's cool. The state thing, if you want to people to race it in other states, what he's saying is make it like a legitimate plate. I kind of go back and forth on that.
What's to do with the state thing? Make state.
Yeah, I think you can only run it like in your state, like only run it in California. If
so
it's in
your
California.
State one, you can't go to another state and run.
Yeah,
that
but they
number
do
one.
down pretty far, like state 10 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think we need another plate that somebody can run.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we definitely don't need any more number ones.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying though. Get rid of District 1 and have state ones.
Yeah, but
But
I
we
don't know.
already have state ones,
I
right?
don't understand it all.
But state,
I don't
you
know
can only
anything
run
about
in
it.
your state. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with district ones because it get people to participate at the local races. You know what I mean? What that's going to do if you take away district numbers, then your novices and intermediates, all that stuff, and experts that are racing your local races, there might not be as much incentive. What it will do is create a little more buzz around the state series. But that already gets buzz because it's double points, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the next one. Let's see. Extend the Gold Cup to 8 or 10. I'll fork that one. There is zero reason that you need to give more people at Gold Cup. When I was amateur and race Gold Cup, you know who got the Gold Cup plate?
Who?
First place.
The number one guy.
The one dude who won. Now they go second and third, and so now like you got like your.
He wants to drag it out to 10.
Yeah, drag it out to 10. No.
That's semi. It's not even 8.
Yeah, that's not even. Yeah, you would. Well, it's like a series. So you could technically get it from points and stuff like that. But yeah, when I was amateur, the Gold Cup, there was no series. It was the dude who won that main event on that day. Got number
I
one.
don't understand.
The only thing I'll say is like the Gold Cup is more of like a national kind of thing, right? So
It's like a regional.
I could see the Gold Cup maybe going to top 8 and maybe the state just does top 3 or district just gives top 3.
Yeah. So, but how the district works, it's like that's what just your general number plate for the next year. So say you start BMX racing and you do 10 local races in that year. When you first sign up, you get a random number. The next year, your number is whatever you finish in district. So it just kind of gives you a number.
that's
So
right.
you're going to be like district 327 or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like how you finish, and that gives you a
okay.
number each year.
Yeah. Oh, that's
No,
all right.
just keep it top 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the whole open thing, going for NAG points.
Yeah, that would get sloppy.
Yeah, you don't need that. If anything, we need less classes at nationals, not open meaning more, because open doesn't really mean anything. It's just like...
I think it's good that kids can go up and mix it in different age groups, but it's just...
For sure.
It's just a novelty thing, really.
But then it's going to be hard, because if you race 11, 12-year-old, and you're 12, and you're only racing 11-year-old, and it's going to be kind of all over the place. I think keep the NAG points just for the class, and just keep it in that.
Silver Andre says, fork all your numbers.
Fork all the numbers. Pros, they're the only ones that get the rainbow. They're the only ones that know. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So mixed emotions with all that stuff. Kind of go back and forth a little bit on it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, you Australians, that you guys know nothing about the series anyway? How all that works?
Yeah, I don't really know shit all about it. To be honest.
All we have growing up is like you do one race a year, which is the state title and the national title.
Yeah.
So you win if you're top 8 in the state, you can run. Like I'm from South Australia, so you run SA1. SA2, SA3 down to 8, and then in nationals, same thing, one race a year, top 8.
A1, A2. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, and I think that's great. Like, I don't think we need to give more people more number plates and more options to win stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. Like back when I was amateur, like NAG only went to top 10. Gold Cup was just number 1. Like you had less options, and it was kind of less about everybody getting something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Do we have any other? We have some other comments on Facebook.
So is Reno not 3 days for everyone?
Yeah, every national's 3 days.
Well, this guy's saying make Reno 3 days for everyone.
Oh, so maybe Friday is a double pointer, but it's still a race. It's just not a national.
But it's not a national, so he's saying make it up because I guess kids have missed nationals due to rain.
Oh, they missed Friday. Oh, so they're saying Friday should be it. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't understand it anyway.
That's kind of whatever for me. Let's see, what else do we got in here? People are wanting Jay Rich on. Speaking of Jay Rich, they're wanting to settle everybody's beef.
All right, Jay Rich.
Jay Rich, we need to get you on the show sometime, dude.
Drive down to Chula.
Come on down. Somebody says they don't give a rat's ass about what we talk about. So many BMXers in Florida are sitting in the dark with no power tonight. And speaking for the adults, she wants us to drink coffee because they can't brew any. So,
all right.
Coffee.
I already had 3 today, so you're welcome.
We appreciate that. We brewed plenty of coffee. It was drank, and sorry that you don't care about what we talk about. Hopefully, you don't get offended by what we say on the show tonight. Then, yeah. Any other good comments to talk about on there?
I didn't see any other ones, but the phone lines are open and they're just blowing up right now.
Let me. I'll put the number on there so people have it. Let's see. How about a show regarding pro NAM riders, the positive and negatives effect to the sport and the industry? Ooh, that could be a good topic we could chat about sometime. How NAM stands for nothing a month. So that, now I don't know your situation. That would be like you taking a Yes deal because he rides a Yes bike for nothing.
Okay.
It's like no comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
how is it? What are they asking? Is that bad for the sport?
But how it affects the industry as a whole. So I think what we saw is like, so say me and you are trying to get sponsored by Answer Forks, and I go in and I say, I'll do it for $500 a month, and you're going like, oh, well, you're giving me forks? Cool, I'll do it for forks. And how that affects that the industry in the whole is how things get watered down, everything like that.
Yeah, that's kind of been an argument in the sport since I ever got here, but I think if you're valuable enough, either through your image or through your racing, like you're going to get sponsored. Like I never came across that issue in my career of someone
because you won every single race.
No. But I'm saying if you're adding enough value to that company,
for sure,
that they feel that you can benefit them, then they're not going to go, oh, well, Sam wants $4,000 a month, but we could give this guy free shit, because they know that that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So I think it comes back to just your value and how you present yourself to. If you're valuable enough, people will pay you what you're worth.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. You're a rare case because you're like the top dude in the sport that won everything.
Making it hard for all us Aussies.
Set
a high expectation.
To stay on that level. Being is like a pro who kind of, I never got to your level where
Did you ever, like, I don't know, as an example, did you ever get undercut? Like,
oh, yeah, definitely. Really? And that's what I was going to say. To give an example, like, I remember I used to ride Profile stuff. And I asked Profile to pay me to run their stuff. And around that same time, I'm living at the training center. And he's my good friend. Don't get me wrong. This is just for the story. But I'm staying with Chris Fox. Yeah. And Chris Fox is living there. And he comes in. He's like, oh, dude, I just got a Profile deal. I'm so pumped. I was like, rad. How much are they paying you? He goes, oh, well, I mean, they're not paying me, but dude, I got to run all their stuff. And I said, why didn't you ask for money? Why aren't they paying you? And he goes, oh, well, I mean, I'm just, I'm not that big of a deal. I don't need to make money. And like for him, he was on the Olympic long team that year, made the Olympic trials. He was up for the #1 A pro. He turned AA, and he was racing AA. So on that time, at that point in time, they're going like, okay, well, here's 2 resumes. These guys both made the Olympic long team, maybe I'd been AA already. Chris is a newer AA, but Tyler's asking, whatever it was, $300 a month, but Chris can do it for free. They're just looking at pro versus pro. We have 2 pros. Well, let's give this one free product, and this one wants $300 a month to run it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think situations like that, where maybe a brand doesn't know as much about the industry, they're a little less like, oh, well, this guy will do it for less money or for free product. You know what I mean? And I think there needs to be some form of standard to help the industry as a whole.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd ever police that.
It'd be super hard because you have different things. You have like, you have your result guys. You have your image guys.
Yeah.
Like a guy like Barry that, maybe he doesn't win a bunch of races, but he obviously gets a bunch of exposure and he's valuable in that way. You have guys like yourself who are the opposite, who you didn't put anything out on social media except for your Twitter, but killed it at every race, and you were super valuable at that aspect. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I don't know how you'd police it. But yeah, that definitely is a good thing. Like some form of standard somewhere, because I think everybody undercutting everybody makes it a little bit difficult for anybody to make money. Instead, now we're all just trying to get free product.
Okay.
That was a good one. Is there? Nobody wants to talk to us tonight on the show, huh?
Nope.
All right. Well, looks like that might be it for this Monday night.
Yeah. What else we got here? I think the pros today have. Not much choice in getting paid when they look to have 10 top AMs for NAM rather than 1 top pro.
So he's saying, looks like we're going to struggle to get paid because amateurs will take it for free. I mean, if a company is going to sponsor an amateur for free over a pro for getting paid, like, see ya, because I don't want to deal with you anyway. Because I think you're talking about 2 completely different leagues, and I never saw... Nothing to down amateurs, but I always saw so much value in a pro versus amateur.
That's cool.
Oh, we got a call!
It's probably for you, Mac Attack.
No.
They want to hear from the Mac Attack.
Hello, you're on the air, Cafe Willoughby. We've got the Mac Attack here.
Hi, I just had a question about your Olympic setup in 2016 in Rio. Why did you run just 1 back carbon rim?
Ooh, very observant.
What did you say? Because it looked like a dragster?
You look like a dragster. You look like Mac Attack.
The nickname's caught on. We love it.
It's working.
Why did I do that? Because when I weighed my other wheel was lighter than the carbon wheel on the front, so I just didn't see the point.
So your other wheel was lighter, but why did you run the carbon on the back then?
Because it was lighter than the other wheel, and
it was lighter than the back.
Is that any different?
Huh?
What was the carbon wheel like?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like groundbreakingly better, but I just tried it and felt a little bit better. Some testing I did was a little bit better. It could have just been the day. I don't know. So yeah, I never ran one for majority of my career, so I'm not going to sit here and say that it was amazing. But yeah, I think there was a bit of...
Yeah, because I've seen a few other guys do that as well now.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, because of the deep dish, which makes it stiffer for the rear wheel, which is where all the drive's going, but then that deep dish on the front makes it heavier than what a regular light alienation front wheel was, so it just wasn't worth it to put it on the front, really.
I got a question for Mac Attack.
Yep. Fire away.
Who's his favorite American dog?
Favorite American dog?
American dog.
Say Mila.
Mila. I don't really know many.
Lame, mate.
Lame.
Who is this?
Oh,
Andre.
Panda.
Yeah, mate.
It's one of my friends I was like staying with in Florida.
Okay. All right, Andre. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Cool.
All right,
See you, mate.
See ya.
All right.
Did you guys talk about the Reno?
Did we talk about what?
The Reno payout?
Oh, did we talk about the Reno payout?
Yeah.
All right, Grindle wants us to hype up the Fall Nationals. We did already talk about it a little bit before you got on here, Grindle, but that's Bakersfield this weekend, right?
Yeah, Bakersfield this weekend. We talked about the new track rebuild, how they're killing it over there. Should be an awesome weekend. So
I think Alex is coming to that too, just from Canada.
Okay. Make sure to find Grindle.
You'll flog him.
You can hashtag find him at the finish line. What's his see you at the finish line? He'll be there. Oh, calls are rolling in now.
Hello, you're on the air with the Mac Attack.
Hey, was it Cafe Willoughby?
Yeah.
What's up? It's Thunder Midget.
Oh, the legend himself.
You out on the street with a sign and a Bud Light?
That's me, dude.
How you feeling after your wreck in Roseville?
I'm okay. I'm back at the gym, hitting the weights right now.
Nice.
Full time, so a little 2 weeks off was okay.
Nice.
But, getting back into the swing. I'm gonna miss Bakersfield, but that's okay. You know how it is.
You'll be back. You'll be back, midget.
He'll be peaking for grands.
Coming strong. Well, hey, I might be getting in on this Pro-Am thing that everybody's talking up,
Thunder.
Someone come home. Hey.
Yeah. Which Pro-Am?
Yours. Willoughby.
No, getting ready for next year's Pro-Am.
Ah.
What's he saying?
The one that Tangent's putting on, I seen Nick came up twice to NorCal. Tyler was at Manzanita.
Tangent one.
I'm an old dude. I'm slow as hell, but...
Yeah, you should get in on him. That'd be badass.
We should get him a jersey.
Just wanted to say, hey, happy Sweet 16 on the 16th show.
Oh.
And last week put me on the flyer with the face of Canada, Tori Nighthawk, and the Beast.
Oh,
I tell you what, I was pretty stoked, man. I was happier than Caitlyn Jenner on a freaking cameo with Joey the Bomb, I tell you that.
They were stoked to be on there with you.
Listen, Thunder Midget, we'll make you a deal, man.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, listen up. You race the Tangent Pro-Am. We'll get you a Cafe Willoughby jersey. You can race for Factory Cafe Willoughby.
Yeah, represent us.
Oh, yeah, baby. I don't know if Cafe can handle all that. There's a whole lot of midgets out here.
We'll get you one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
We got a pretty good points battle coming up. I want to hear something about that. I was just, the papers went across my desk the other day between, what was it? Oh, it was Pro Max Full Tilt, Renan, and Throwdown. It's going to be getting dicey come grands.
Okay, yeah, we'll
4 nationals left. Man.
We're going to do our research and all that and hype. We're going to do an amateur/team sheet show here in the next few weeks and hype it all up.
Cool. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Great show as always. And I'm always tuning in.
All right, midget. Down a Bud Light for us.
Hey, no problem. I'll have a couple.
All right. See you, mate.
Catch you later.
All right, guys. Later.
All right, y'all. Time to wrap up this Monday night. We're going to call it a show. We'll have some good stuff to you guys chat about next week. Anything you want to add, Mac Attack, before you call it a day?
Thanks for having me out.
Yeah. No worries. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you next Monday.